Well, today is not Wednesday, obviously. As you can see in Building 2, everything is closed. Our market is open Wednesdays from 8 in the morning until 5. In reality, it's 6 to 5 because we do have a nice flea market here. Our hours are always 6 to 5, or in the summer, 6 to 6. And you can also enter through our back door. This is the rear of Building 2. And I just thought I'd take a quick look around to give people an idea of what we've been doing here. So I'll start at the one wing. And as you can see, we always have a selection of furniture. Behind is our one showroom. That's our work art room. And we continue along here. And we have a combination of furniture and art for the most part in the front of our room. We have about a 2,000 square foot room plus the exterior here. This is our current showroom display. I doubt you'll ever see a showroom display at a farmer's market like this. And here are some of the things we carry. We changed the front A more, sort of a teaser, just to give you an idea of some new things we carry. And I'll give you another view of the showroom window as a whole. And that's the left side of our building. If you're coming from the right side, you'll see our front stand. And you never know what'll be here. And pretty much there's a lot of things in our shop that you'll see different from week to week, as we do have a huge turnover of goods and we try to get different things. Our motto is interesting things for interesting people. And I think that keeps us on our toes to maintain a nice variety of items for our customer. And as you can see, just casually going through here, we have a combination of newer things, vintage, antiques, farmers market items. You know, the roosters are always going to be pretty popular. We always have a nice selection of furniture as well as art. As you can see, we have a lot of local artwork done. I'd say probably at least half of our art is done by local artists. And we have behind here in our front stand, you never really know what'll be here. Like I say, we have artwork and lamps. Currently here, we have a huge selection of Blue Ridge pottery. There are people that still collect that. We always have a nice selection of German steins. And again, from the back, you can see underneath. Here's a good example of local work. This carver was famous in Paoli, and try to have a lot of different things. Rose is really nuts over ball jars. That's one of her passions. So you know we're going to have some interesting things there. Now I'll head into the shop. And just for clarification, we're a private business. We're not a co-op. So everything here is stuff that we've selected. Here's a nice selection of Pennsylvania books. Again, Rose is always great on glass. And our artwork runs the gamut. We can have anything from wildlife to folk art. Really nice prints. Some things that are really popular with us, because they're so popular, we can't always maintain a nice variety of stock, but we do try. We always have lath work by De Groot and some of the other artists. Uranium glass is popular, but as you can see, we currently are a little short on that. But like I say, that moves so fast. But if you collect radium glass, give us a shot, because you never know what we're going to have. And I hope I'm not going too fast here. I just decided to do this at the last minute because we haven't done this for a while. We would just have some snapshots of some of the newer things that we had in, but we didn't really cover the huge variety of things that we've added. I've been to a lot of farmers markets across the country, and I've never seen a shop like this. The size and the variety is pretty much beyond my comprehension. Like I say, if I go to larger markets like Green Dragon, I'll see some huge stores, but they're specialty stores. Might be furniture, something like that, but nothing like this at a market. We put a lot of time in on our displays. We want it to be a really friendly market experience, so we're really happy to see everyone that comes in. We try to greet and thank everybody that comes into our store because we really do appreciate it. We try to eliminate some of the things that are pretty irritating in our current society. So you won't hear political arguments or religious arguments. We respect all people and all religions, and I think that's as it should be. My grandparents had a stand for 70 years at the Zerns Farmers Market down in Gilbertsville, and I remember going there. It was always a fun experience. It was never stressful. It was fun, just really fun. And you actually make memories going to these things. You get to be friends with the vendors. You can discuss things with them about their products, or just share some fun things that happen to you. And when you leave, you feel great. I mean, that's the market experience. And as you can see, we have a little bit of everything. These are onyx pieces that were used in decorators stuff. We have all these bags of costume jewelry. They're great for craftspeople. There's actually decent jewelry in there, but I gear them up for craftspeople. They're $10 a bag, 6 bags for $50, or if we have enough, 15 bags for only $100. Here's a nice slant top cupboard. And we have knickknacks and lamps here again too. And Rose is known for her primitives. That's another thing. They're so popular. It's difficult to maintain stock in those, but we do our best. Rose usually hits 8 to 10 auctions a week in her quest to obtain goods for the shop. We also have another store at the Crossroads Market up in Gratz. That's on Fridays from 11 to 7. That's a nice old-fashioned farmer's market. And Rose has a nice stand there too. And it's a fun market. They have a nice auction there in the afternoon. So it's a little out of the way. It's a real country auction and farmer's market. But if you have a day where you just want to go for a nice drive out through the countryside, get something good to eat, get some fruit and vegetables to take home, it's a good place to go. And like I say, I think we're the only store of our kind at a farmer's market. Of course, there's some little shops, there's always flea market people, and here's a box that's going home with me. This is an unusual piece. This had been at the Roadside America. That was a famous tourist attraction. They're now closed, unfortunately. We're known for our book selection. I don't have too much in fiction. It's mostly nonfiction. But our selection's always pretty good. Our prices are reasonable, especially on our cookbooks and children's books. For the most part, our cookbooks and children books are in the $1 to $5 range, and we always have a nice selection of those. And we usually have a nice selection of cookie jars, folk art. This is a nice face jug. You don't see too many of those around here anymore. We usually have some redware. This is our children's book section. As you can see, we have a couple hundred books here. This week, the week of March 15th, the cookbooks and the children's books are buy two, and you'll get one of a lower price for free. So that's especially a good deal. For example, here's a nice Alice in Wonderland book. We're very fussy about our books and condition. And as you can see, this book is like new, $2. A lot of these books now at the bookstores are $15 to $25. So it's tough to buy books for a lot of kids, but like I say, we have them reasonably priced. Here's one for $2, $3. This is a nice painting. I'm surprised we haven't sold this. It's called Meat's Not Meat Till It's in the Pan. And it's an artist's version of the Charles Marion Russell's classic work. And this is probably, a little over a 3x4 painting. So if you know anyone that's really into the Wild West hunting theme, that might be something they'd like. Music is one of our weaker areas, but we always have something. I don't have them out now, but I have a lot of DVDs that I'm bringing in this week, and some more books, and some CDs. So we'll improve this section here. But like I say, you never know what we'll have here. So, and some of the stuff's pretty reasonable. Here, for example, it's a folder, and crammed with probably 50 DVDs for various movies, $10. Can't beat it. Here's another painting. This is a local artist, the Old Mill Stream by Hiller. This was purchased at Roadside America. These items are pretty low price compared to what the prices brought at the recent auctions. And this is our cooking section. I have a nice sausage stuffer. I probably was only used once, only $50. Here I have these Fissler units. They're only $300. I don't have the box anymore, but they were never used. My wife got these for a gift, and she already had them, and the person didn't want them back, so we have those up for sale. Here are cookbooks. Again, buy two, get a third one at a lower price for free. We have a couple hundred of these available. We always have nice country prints. Here's one by Connie Friedman. Nice horse in the stable. This is not an antique corner cupboard, but it was a two-section cupboard made in 1963 for a gift to his daughter, and they moved, so they had to get rid of it. This is a very unusual piece. This is an artist's proof by Melanie LeCourcier. It's the daughter of a biker artist named Motor Mike. The last one of these I knew of sold for, I think, $5,500. We have ours for $3,500. That's a very unique piece there. And this is called The Craftsman by Mark Wilson. This is a 1995 folk art carving. We actually have a demand for old paint by numbers. This is a beautiful embroidery on silk of squirrels. And nice watercolor. We always have a huge selection of costume jewelry. I guess it's pretty obvious that since last Wednesday I didn't get through to straighten this section out, but I'll go through it. We currently have our costume jewelry in the boxes on sale for $5 a box. So the jewelry's $5 each. This is my Berks County section. These are all books on Reading history, Berks County history, and we have some pretty unusual ones. They're very difficult to get, but we do our best to try to maintain an interesting selection. And of course, chickens and roosters are always popular at the market, so we have a nice selection of them. And we have things hanging from the rafters, so you have to look everywhere when you come in here. This was a nice yoke turned into an electric lamp with railroad lanterns. We always have a lot of collectible pennants. As you can see in the back, there's a shelf of puzzles. That's something Rose is really steady on keeping. We still have a lot of people that put puzzles together, and it's still a good time. Well, with one exception, I'll show you this. Rose grew up on a dairy farm. Leesport's been a farmer's market for a long time, so we have this section here. We actually have some of their anniversary plates. These are not for sale, but just to keep a farm atmosphere, we have this section here where we do always have some farm type paintings for sale, but the collector plates have a personal attachment to them, so that's something that we'll have there until our days are done. Well, just wanted to thank you for bearing with me. This was unrehearsed and sort of a haphazard thing, but just wanted to give you an idea of what we're up to, what type of things we have going on. And if you know people that aren't familiar with the Leesport market or familiar with Rose's Boutique, let them watch this. It'll give them a really good idea of what we do. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you Wednesday. Have a great day.